What are you doing to make a living? Are you living paycheck to paycheck? If you're not living paycheck to paycheck today, what are you doing to make a living? That's my first question for you today. The reason I ask is for my own personal research and for the research of others. I want to know what jobs are out there that I don't know about. I want to know how people are making a living and not living paycheck to paycheck and whether or not they're happy. More importantly, I want to know what they're doing. When I was a junior and senior in high school, I had a very vague idea of what jobs actually were out there. Become a nurse, become a policeman or firefighter, go to law school, go to medical school, sell insurance, be a handyman, do a trade. They're obvious, but it's an extensive list that we had. But what else is going on behind the scenes? There's a ton of interesting jobs out there that people don't know about they have to be going on. They're like, how is this working? Our society, how is this all working every single day? What is the different parts that make that work? I think that's good research. I think people should know what their options are and know that by what other people are doing right now. So the first part of why I'm asking is for research. The second part of why I'm asking is to just know. I want to know what you're doing, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, and whether or not you like what you're doing. Not even necessarily personally, do you enjoy doing it? But do you think that the work you're doing is work worth doing and that ought to be done? Is it part of the solution? Is it helping our society? Is it necessary? Is it good work? Or are you just doing it for other financial reasons? Does it suck? How are you? And I will say that about 75% of American adults are living paycheck to paycheck, and they can't afford an unexpected $400 or $500 bill because their car breaks down or something. And if you aren't in that category, just stop and think about what stress and anxiety could easily come out of that kind of situation. How many people are going to go start a business or take risks or change their place of residency and move themselves out of harm's way and into their higher path if they're just trying to make it through the month? How are people going to tackle problems or even care about global warming and catastrophic natural disasters and infant mortality rates and suicide, depression, and drug overdoses? How are we all going to even care about anyone else or what's going on out there unless we can just take care of ourselves and have our basic needs met? So if you aren't living paycheck to paycheck, just kind of to give you a bit of a vibrational background check on that 3/4 of American adults. So you're not living paycheck to paycheck, you're making a living. I want to know what you're doing and how you got there. And does it suck? There's a couple of things off the top of my head that just pretty much suck. And I feel bad for people every time I call and hear a call center worker, tech support, someone that's trying to cold call a random list of phone numbers and sell me insurance bundles. I'm not going to lie. This past month, I did change my insurance company based on getting a freaking cold call randomly on my cell phone. And they were good. She was very helpful, and it was a good deal. And I made the switch, whatever, so I can pay less. And get more coverage, whatever. So, is your work worth doing? that question personally was part of my process of figuring out what to do next to get to where I'm at now.